if you decide to not pursue pharmacy and pursue YouTube, you know, what would your parents say? I just honestly thought in my head, I was like, my parents will literally kill me. Hey you guys, Stephanie here. Welcome back to my channel. And for today's video, you guys, you already see by the title, we're gonna have another get ready with me video. I'm just gonna sit and talk to you guys while I get done up. And I'm gonna tell you guys my rag to riches story, so to speak. I'm just gonna tell you guys how I transitioned over from my 9-to-5 corporate job and pursue YouTube full-time. So if you want to know all the tea and, you know, just want to sit back and have a chit chat with me while I get ready, then keep on watching. So with that being said, let's just get straight into it. All right, you guys. So first thing I'm going to start off with is my hair. I just want to get my hair out the way before I go ahead and do my makeup. And y'all, this is my natural hair. I just washed it last night, blow dried it and straightened it. And you guys, it got fairly long. It has grown so much and it got thicker. I trimmed the hair, so I would say from the front it's about broad length since I trimmed it last night, and from the back I would say it's about mid back length. But y'all, my hair, it has grown a lot. But anyway, back to get ready with me. I'm not gonna style my natural hair in this video because for me personally, I like to preserve my natural hair. I don't like to style it too much. I'm just gonna leave a little bit of the front out. But today I'm actually going to be installing clip-ins, and I'm gonna be working with Hergivenhair. They hit me up and, you know, they sent over some clip-ins. This is not my first time working with them. I've worked with them plenty of times in the past, and the quality of their hairs, from their ponytail to clip-ins, wigs, they're just on point. So when they hit me up, I was like, hell yes, I would love to work with y'all again. So this is what the bag looks like. If you guys have never received anything from Hergivenhair, their package is always very, very nice. Hopefully this focus well. Okay, there we go. The package is very, very nice. So these are the clip-ins that I got. They're in the texture Kinky Blowout, and I got them in the length 20 inches. And y'all, when I tell you guys, their hair textures, they're on point. Like this one, as you guys can see, it mimics relaxed hair so well. Like it looks like either relaxed hair or natural hair that's been blown out, that got, you know, a Dominican blowout. Like the texture, the feel, the look of it is like on point. So I think this hair texture is gonna go really well with mine. Like once I just run a flat iron through it, I know it's gonna go so well with my hair texture. But yeah, you guys, I'm gonna leave all the information, including the link to this hair, down below. And matter of fact, they also have a sale going on starting today up until June 14th. So if you are interested in purchasing either some clip-ins for yourself or just want to check out their website to see what other hairstyles they have to offer, this is the time now to take advantage of the sale, because I think you could save up to $60 on your order right now. So I'm going to leave everything down below, like I said, including the coupon code that you could use so that you could get a good discount, girl, and save on your coins. So the clip-in set that I got, it is called the full set. It is 235 grams and it comes with 10 clip-in tracks. So this one, as you can see, it have 5 clip-ins and it comes in a pair. So the way that it's set up, out of the 10, it's a pair of 5 clip-in bundles, and then it has a pair of 4 clip-in, a pair of 3, 2, and 1. So yeah, you guys, I'm just going to go ahead and do my hair, and I'm probably just gonna let the video roll so that you could watch and see what I'm doing. So as far as the hairstyle that I plan on doing, I kind of want to do a middle part layered straight look, you know, like those 90s middle part, you know, sleek hairstyle with a little bit bump to the end and a little bit of layers. Like, if you following what I'm saying, that's the kind of hairstyle that I want to go for. Yeah, let me just go ahead and do the hair, and I'm gonna let it roll. Alright, you guys, so I am all done with the hair, and y'all, these clips, they look so freaking good. Like, you can't tell me this ain't my hair. You cannot tell me this ain't mine. Like, this look like I got a fresh perm, like I got a Dominican blowout. Like, y'all, I'm speechless. Y'all, when I'm telling you guys, Hergivenhair is the truth. Like, their hair textures and the quality of their hair is on point. Anyway, let me go ahead and move on to the makeup. I did my eyebrows off camera. So, yeah, I'm just gonna pin my hair back and get started with the face. All right, so for my makeup, I don't know, I'm kind of feeling this 90s vibe. Like, I think I'm gonna keep my makeup really natural looking. I'm gonna, you know, do like a soft glam 90s inspired kind of makeup. Yeah, that's the vibe that I'm going for today. Anyway, let's go ahead and actually jump into the topic, the reason why I'm doing this video. So yeah, I wanted to talk to you guys really about my glow up and just basically how I transitioned over from my corporate 9-to-5 job over to YouTube. So where do I even start? All right, so just to give you guys a little background of my family history. So my mom, she is a nurse. She's been a nurse for over 25 years. I also have 3 other aunts and they're all nurses as well. I have a couple of cousins that are nurses. So just having a profession in the medical field or being a nurse is like very common in my family. So it was pretty much destined for me to either be a nurse or pursue a career in the medical field. I personally didn't want to pursue nursing, mainly because I didn't want to have direct contact with patients, but I did want to stay within the medical field because, you know, that's what I grew up seeing. And also, being of Haitian descent, honestly, your only option is to go to school, get a degree, and then you work in your profession. That was really the only path of success. It's either you become a doctor, lawyer, or engineer. Anything besides that, honestly, you're like a failure in life. That's how Haitians looked at it for the most part. I decided since high school, that I was going to pursue pharmacy. So that was always my vision as far as my career and what I already made my mind up that I was gonna pursue. So fast forward, you know, from high school to college, I'm taking courses, you know, pre-pharmacy courses and prerequisites. And I also wanted to gain experience in the pharmacy field. So actually my first job was as a pharmacy tech. So I started off as a pharmacy tech when I was 19 years old, up until about 26. So, you know, I had a couple of years under my belt, some years of experience within the medical field. So that was the path that I was destined to go on. So just like anything, when you are first pursuing something and it's new, you know, it's exciting, it's new, you're super anxious, you know, to want to learn and grow. So that was the headspace that I was in at the beginning. Like, I was super excited, you know, to be working as a pharmacy tech. You know, when I got the call back at the hospital, I worked at a children's hospital, by the way. So when I did the interview, when I got the call back and they offered me the job, you know, I was super excited. And mind you, this was the same hospital that my mom was working at. So you could imagine how proud I was of myself. And also my parents, like, they were super excited that I was going down this path. And, you know, for me to be so young, 19 years old, I'm already, you know, working at a hospital as a pharmacy tech. I'm going to college for pre-pharmacy. So, you know, everything was Gucci. Although working at a hospital and even working in the medical field in general, it can be a bit stressful at times. It can be both mentally and physically draining. Like, when you think of it, the life of these patients are in your hands, because working in the pharmacy, you are the one that prepare the medications for all of the patients in the hospital. So you could just imagine how much pressure there is not to ever mess up. Because if you mess up in the pharmacy and either, mix the wrong dose or whatever, you could end up killing a patient. So that in itself, it was constant pressure in the pharmacy. But nonetheless, I did learn a lot while working at the hospital. And even to this day, like that work ethic that I had working at the hospital, me being able to do a task in a timely manner and to be accurate and have no errors, even in what I'm doing today in my profession, I still carry over some of that work ethic to what I do now. Pharmacy was honestly the only option for me. It was the only thing that I knew. Like, I was pretty much oblivious to everything else. Anything else at that time wasn't even an option. So during that time, I had full-on tunnel vision. Like, the main objective, the main goal was to continue with school up until I reach pharmacy school, graduate, continue to work in the hospital up until I get my degree in pharmacy. So I did reach quite far. I was done taking all my prerequisites and I was at a point, and this is fast forward about 4 years working in the pharmacy field. So at this time, I'm like 24 at this time. And I was finished taking my prerequisites and, I'm looking into pharmacy schools. I also took the PCAT, which is the entrance exam, so that you could be admitted to a pharmacy school if you do get accepted into pharmacy school. And so as you can imagine, at that time, I was going through a lot of stress. Like, your girl was going through it, okay? I'm taking intense courses such as organic chemistry. It's a science course that is required if you want to get accepted into pharmacy school. I was working at the time as a full-time pharmacy tech at a hospital. So I was really, really stressed out at the time. And when I wasn't doing my studies or doing work, my outlet really was YouTube. I would watch a lot of YouTube. I would watch some of my favorite makeup gurus. At the time, I watched a lot of Jackie Aina. I was watching Aaliyah J. So many other, big time YouTube gurus. And I really, enjoyed watching YouTube at the time. I was watching YouTube more than television. As soon as I would come home from work, instead of me turning on the television and watching my favorite TV show, I would turn on my laptop and watch YouTube, or be on my phone and watch YouTube. So yeah, watching YouTube and watching that genre, hair and makeup is just something that I always enjoyed watching. And even myself, I enjoy doing my hair and my makeup, and I'm into fashion. So yeah, it's just something that I've always been interested in. And not to toot my own horn or anything like that, or big myself up, but every time I would go out, I would always get so many compliments from people, specifically women, and they would be like, "Oh my God, I love your hair, I love your makeup." And they would always ask me like about makeup advice, and either ask about my outfit or about my hair, about my makeup, etc. And I just love sharing that information with other people. So I don't know, after some time of just me watching some of my favorite YouTubers, they just became an inspiration to me. And eventually, after watching some of my favorite YouTubers, it really just clicked in my head that this is what I want to do. Like, this is what I want to pursue. Like, I wish that I was able to do what they were doing. I wish I could pursue YouTube. For a while, I was way too scared to even pursue it, or, just the thought of me doing it and even possibly pursuing it full-time as a career, it just remained as a thought, because I just always had in my mind, that's not an option. My only option is go to school, get a degree, and work in pharmacy. Like, that was my only option in life. Well, that's what I thought. at least. As time went on, just that urge for me to really pursue this dream that I had, it just became stronger and stronger, to the point where I literally felt that if I didn't take a leap of faith and pursue YouTube, I would have resented my parents. Because to be honest, the only reason why I decided to pursue pharmacy in the first place was honestly because of my parents. I knew that it would make them proud. I knew that it would give them bragging rights. And, you know, my parents, they made a lot of sacrifices for me and my brother so that we could have a good life. So the last thing that I would want to do is to disappoint them or to let them down. So for the longest, that was my biggest fear. I did not want to let them down. I did not want to disappoint them. So even though I had this urge to do YouTube, I just shut it down for the longest because I did not want to disappoint my parents. So yeah, like I said, the urge did become so strong that I just told myself, you know what? I'm going to start my own YouTube channel. I'm going to do it. But at the beginning, of course, I didn't just up and quit my job. I just said, you know, I'll do it, but just as a hobby. Whenever I'm feeling stressed from my work, YouTube would just be an outlet for me to just release, you know, some of that tension. So that's what it was for the longest. I, you know, decided to do YouTube. I did research, and I'm so proud of myself. When I tell you I did the research, I didn't tell no one that I was starting a YouTube channel because I felt a little bit embarrassed, even though I thought it was so cool and it was something that I wanted to do. I don't know, I just felt a little embarrassed to tell people at first that I was doing YouTube. But yeah, I did all the research by myself. I ended up buying my own camera. I bought lighting equipment, backdrop. I taught myself, you know, how to edit. So I just, you know, started putting out makeup tutorials. And, you know, eventually people at my job, they found out that I was doing YouTube, and, you know, like the word got out that Stephanie was on YouTube. I did receive a lot of great feedback. I did receive support, you know, from my coworkers. A lot of them, you know, they subscribe, they watch my videos. They would always ask me about my channel, how's it going? So I can't say that I, you know, got any negative feedback or any backlash from anyone, but that was a fear of mine for some reason. I just didn't want people to have something to criticize about me. And also at that time, YouTube, I felt like it was big back in the day, but I feel like now it's more common for people to do YouTube as a full-time job. But I would say 6-7 years ago, it was not common, you know, for people to be doing YouTube as a full-time job. So it was, you know, it wasn't really the norm. I feel like now it's slowly becoming the norm, you know, social media influencers, YouTube, you know, stuff of that nature. It's kind of like the norm now. It's not nothing shocking or new to hear when you tell people that you do YouTube. But back in the day, like I said, it was still kind of new, still kind of fresh. Some people didn't really understand the whole concept of it. And yeah. So yeah, guys, as I continued doing YouTube, I genuinely enjoyed it so much. I just loved to be in front of the camera. I loved to record my makeup tutorials, and I would get so excited and have like this feeling of accomplishment whenever I would upload a new video, or whenever I would have a new subscriber, whenever I would receive a comment under my videos from one of my supporters. It just, that feeling was very fulfilling, and it was not a feeling that I was getting from the hospital. It just made me so happy. I do know for most stuff, especially school, when you're on the grind, you're going to school, you're working, you're not really in a position at first where you're going to be feeling joy or you're going to have a feeling of fulfillment, because, you know, you're kind of in the valley in a sense. You're keeping your head down to hustle and make it work. But, you know, once you do accomplish that goal and you get your degree and you're working in your profession, I feel like that's when you kind of feel a sense of accomplishment, and whatever profession you're working in, if it's something that you truly have a passion for and that you truly enjoy, that's when, you know, the fulfillment and feeling of joy will come. But from the very beginning, pharmacy was never a passion of mine. I just did it, like I said, so I could make my parents happy. And also I knew working in pharmacy, working in the medical field, it meant job security. It meant study paychecks, a good income. I never, from when I was little, thought to myself that I want to do pharmacy. It's just honestly, when I was in high school, you know, I was at a point in my senior year of high school thinking to myself, all right, I'm about to hit college, so I need to make up my mind and figure out where in the medical field I want to work at. Where in the medical field am I going to pursue? So just having that pressure right before you hit college, I said, all right, pharmacy is where it's at. And speaking of that, I truly feel that high schoolers, you know, when you're going into that transition from high school to college, it is really a lot of pressure. Like, now that I'm thinking back to when I was 18 years old, it's like I barely knew who I was as a person. So to be a kid, you don't really know who you are as a person, and you have to make that life-changing decision of what you want to do with your life. What profession you want to pursue in college and work up until retirement. Like, you got to make that decision from when you're 17, 18 years old. Like, that is huge. And yeah, I just feel like it's just so much pressure. It's like you're just now transitioning into pre-adulthood. I'm not gonna even say adulthood. I'm gonna say pre-adulthood. And you're figuring out life and who you are as a person. So yeah, it's a lot. So yeah, so like I said earlier, the objective when I first started my YouTube channel was to just do it as a hobby, honestly. But after doing YouTube for about a year or two, that's when I started being exposed to, you know, the thought of doing YouTube full time. Because like I said, I didn't even think that was an option because it wasn't really common back in those days. But I feel like that's when you really started hearing about that. Like, when I caught wind of that and I was exposed to that idea of even doing YouTube full time, that idea blew my mind. I was like, wow, people are doing this. Like, this is their career in life. I just thought that was amazing. I thought that was like mind blowing. And that's honestly when I started to really look at my life, and I started, you know, evaluating things and started asking myself certain questions. Because for the longest, growing up, I was never a rebel. I was always the one to follow the rules. I never questioned authority. I never questioned anything. So growing up, whatever my parents instilled into me, whatever I learned in school as far as like the system and stuff, I just always was a person that went by the rules and I didn't question it. So you could imagine, for someone that wasn't really a rebel growing up, even in my personal life, like, I never really got in trouble with my parents. I never done any wild stuff as a teenager. I was too scary for that, to be honest. And I always just went by the book. So when that thought came into my head for me to actually pursue YouTube, you could imagine how terrifying that was for me. Like, but that urge, it was so strong and I wanted to do it so bad. But I also had this other side that was telling me, Stephanie, you could never. If you decide to not pursue pharmacy and pursue YouTube, you know, what would your parents say? I just honestly thought in my head, I was like, my parents will literally kill me. I honestly would say the turning point for me, or the trigger for me, was just the feeling of being miserable at my job and being miserable going to these classes, because I knew that wasn't what I wanted to do with my life. And working at the hospital as well, you know, I'm working alongside with these pharmacists. So I'm seeing firsthand, you know, what they do in their daily routine at work. And I don't know, I just reached a point where I just thought, this is not what I want to do with my life. I also reached a point where I said, you know what? My happiness matters. My happiness is more important than anything else. So I really, you know, asked myself a lot of hard questions, and I decided, you know what? I'm going to make myself happy. I'm going to put me first. So doing YouTube and pursuing my dreams, that's what's going to make me happy. And I, you know, explored the possibility that it might, you know, affect my relationship with my parents or with my family, but that was the risk that I was willing to take. So yeah, to make the long story short, after working for about 6 years in pharmacy, I decided, you know what? I'm going to take the leap of faith and quit. So honestly, like, out of fear, like I said, I did not tell anyone. Oh no, I lied. I actually told my older brother. I told my older brother what I was planning to do. And thank God, you know, at that time, he was so supportive. Because I feel like when you're doing such a big transition like that, you know, when you have that feeling of just feeling lost and not really sure, you know, what you want to do, not really having clear guidance, aside from praying, having someone that you could talk to, having a good support system, that's also really important. So at that time, before I told my parents, my brother was definitely a support system. So shout out to you. But yeah, so I didn't tell my parents that I quit my job till after. So I quit my job. I quit school, and that's when I told my parents. When I told them I'm quitting pharmacy to do YouTube, they were like, what? Like, what are you even talking about? So you could imagine how they felt. And now looking back, even though I don't have children of my own yet, I could see where they was coming from. You know, I could imagine as my parents, they just want the best for me. They just want to protect me. So they don't really know the concept of YouTube like that. Now they do, but at the time they didn't really understand YouTube. They didn't even understand the whole concept of making money online, working from home, you know, making money on the internet. So all of that was so new to them. So yeah, you guys, so fast forward to now. Of course, now my parents, since they understand the concept now and they could actually, you know, see my YouTube channel and it's growing and me starting my hair care business, I would say that they are proud of me. And overall, I could say I have no regrets. And I just want to give you guys too, besides my rag to riches story, I also want to give you guys, you know, some tips for anyone that's watching. If you have a dream that you want to pursue, but you have something that's holding you back, whether it's fear or if you have, you know, your family that you're concerned about or a significant other, honestly, my advice would be to just do it. Honestly, whatever it is that you may feel that is holding you back from your dreams, just do it. Like, you just have to take that leap of faith. Because honestly, sometimes I sit back and think like, damn, if I really did not follow my intuition and follow my dreams and just take that leap of faith, I probably would have felt so damn miserable in my life. Like, there's no way I could have imagined me either still working at the hospital or just me pursuing pharmacy still. Like, I would have been so miserable. I would have been so unhappy. I just can't imagine it. But I do understand everybody's situation is different. You do, have to think of real stuff. We live in the real world, so you have to be realistic. If you have bills and other priorities, you can't just quit your 9 to 5 and pursue your dreams. So I would say at first it might be a little tough, if you're juggling the two, working your 9 to 5 and pursuing your dream. It's going to be difficult at first, but I would say start off doing that. Like, there's some sacrifices that you're gonna have to make, because I remember for me, I didn't just quit my job right off the bat. Like, I would go to school, I would go to work, and when I would come home from work later that night, I would take 3 to 4 hours to either film a video or edit. And I was doing that for a good year and a half before I decided to quit my job and pursue it full time. So it's definitely something that you have to be mindful of. Whatever it is that you decide to pursue as far as your dreams, you're going to have to make some sacrifices. There's just inevitable. There's no way around it. But it's a matter of how bad do you want it. If it's something that you truly want badly, trust me, you are going to make that sacrifice. And I feel like, honestly, before you make a major change in your life, sometimes it takes you being sick and tired of being sick and tired to actually do something about it. And that was the point that I reached. Even though I knew that I wanted to do YouTube and I wanted to pursue entrepreneurship in general, for the longest, I was letting fear holding me back. And I just reached a point where I was sick and tired of being sick and tired. And I was like, you know what? Bump this. I'm going to do it. If I fail, I fail. If I fail, I'm just going to get back up. If you're in a position where you can't really, pursue your dreams full time at the beginning, I would say try to manage both your 9 to 5 and your dream until you reach a point where you're comfortable enough to quit your 9 to 5. Saving your coins, girl, is very important, because you want to make sure that you have that cushion, You'll feel a little bit more secure as far as your finances. You're never going to feel totally confident. You're never going to feel secure when you got to make that leap of faith. I'm just telling you right now, like, you're never going to feel like you're ready. So if you're waiting for that moment, it's never going to come. You're always going to doubt. You're always going to ask yourself, is this the right time? I don't think I should do this. Like, it's always that feeling, or that thought of doubt is always going to be there. But at least, try to prepare as much as you can. And when you do reach a point where you feel like you have a little bit of cushion up under you, that's when I would say do it. Even though you have that feeling of fear that's holding you back, at least do it. Because if you do fall, you're going to have that little cushion to land on. But yeah, you guys, like I said, I have no regrets at all. I learned a lot about myself as a person. I learned a lot in general. It's just, I grew so much from that experience. I'm not gonna lie, it was very tough at the beginning. Like anything in life, when you first pursuing something, at first it is going to be challenging. It is going to be rough for the most part. There's no way around it. But if you continue to stay consistent and work hard, you will reap the benefits that you sowed in. I never imagined in a million years that this will be the life that I would be living. And I'm grateful every single day. And I'm most importantly grateful to you guys, my supporters, my viewers that are constantly supporting my channel, watching my videos, for every view, for every comment that I have received, the love. I'm just so grateful. And I just want to tell you guys from the bottom of my heart, I truly appreciated. I'm so grateful every day. You guys bring me so much joy, so much happiness, and I feel, fulfilled, So yeah, you guys, thank you again so much to all my supporters. I truly and genuinely love y'all for real. Okay, so that is pretty much it, guys, as far as my rags to riches story. But yeah, you guys, so let me go ahead and finish my makeup. It is so hard for me to like talk and do my makeup at the same time. As you guys can see, I just did my foundation and I set everything. So I'm just gonna go ahead and finish my makeup off camera. Girl, it is hard for me to multitask. I really can't talk and do my makeup. Your girl is trying. So yeah, let me go ahead and finish my makeup. I'm just gonna set the face with my setting spray. I like to do this after I set my foundation. I like to go ahead and set it with the setting spray and then finish the rest of my makeup. And once I'm completely done with my makeup, I just go back with my setting spray again and go in with a second spray. So yeah, y'all. So yeah, let me go ahead and finish my makeup off camera. I'll be back. All right, you guys, so I am all done. I got my outfit on, and you guys, I am living for this look. So cute, so simple, natural, effortless, and yeah, I am just loving it. I just added just some gold hoop earrings, my Louis V gold earrings, just to, give it a little pop or whatever. Anyways, now that I'm dressed, of course, I cannot forget about the perfume, When you looking good, you got your hair, makeup done, you got your best outfit on, you cannot forget about the perfume, okay? You got to be smelling good. So for today, the fragrance that I'm going to put on, it's one of my fragrances by Dyeable. You guys, if you have been watching my channel, I love this perfume company so much. Like, I have been obsessed with their fragrances. And for those of you who never heard of Dyeable, they are a perfume company that specializes in luxury scents inspired by some of your high-end perfume brands. So I'm talking Gucci, Versace, YSL, Tom Ford, Chanel. The list goes on and on their website. So the perfume that I am going to be wearing today is called Floriental Almond. And this is inspired by Carolina Herrera Good Girl. It's a very, very popular perfume. And when I tell you guys, this smells so good. Oh my God, it smells so freaking good. Let me spray this. Oh, I love a good perfume. It's just amazing. Like, I live for a good perfume. I love smelling good. And matter of fact, I'm also gonna film a perfume collection video. For the longest, you guys, I've been wanting to share with you my perfume collection and basically my most complimented fragrances that I own. So I plan on filming that very, very soon. And I'm also gonna show you guys some of the other Dyeable perfumes that I got in that video. So be on the lookout for that if you want to learn more about Dyeable. But you guys, this smells good. Let me spray it one more time. I personally like to be drowning in my perfume, okay? I want, as soon as I walk into a room, for you to smell me. Like, that is just me. I do not care. All right, you guys, so I am all ready. I just finished getting dressed. I'm in my bathroom right now, but I just wanted to show you guys on camera. I decided to curl the hair. I think it looks so cute like this as well. I just quickly wand curl the hair. I kept the middle part though, but like I said, I just wanted to curl it. And it also holds a curl quite well. I didn't do tight curls with this hair. I just did, little beach waves with the wand curler. And it did hold on to the curl quite well. So that's another great plus about this hair. But y'all, I'm so in love with this hair. But I just want to show you guys the outfit real quick. So you guys saw the top, but I'm just wearing the matching bottoms to it. And for my shoes, I'm wearing my Givenchy shark boots. I gotta get a cute pic in this outfit. This is super cute, and it's my first time wearing these boots, so. Alright, so this is what the set looks like. I know you guys can't really see the full outfit from top to bottom, and I don't have like a full length mirror, but for my purse I'm gonna be rocking my Prada bag. And yeah, y'all, this outfit is so cute. I'm gonna hurry up so I can take a few pictures in this outfit. But yeah, you guys, so let me hurry up and get going. So that was it, guys, for the get ready with me. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. And like I said, I'm gonna leave all the information to this hair down below if you're interested in getting some clip-ins for yourself. And yeah, you guys, so don't forget to comment, share, and subscribe. Thumbs up this video, and as always, I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys. Mwah.